everyone. Hope that you are having wonderful time. My today's video will be a flight review with Qantas Airline, which is Australia's national flag carrier. The travel started from outskirts of Melbourne with a couple of friends. Actually, it was not planned to drive through Melbourne city, but we had a traffic jam because of some accidents, so we had to drive through the city of Melbourne so you can enjoy some views of Melbourne. I would say it gives you mixed vibes like Frankfurt in Germany, and it also resembles with some American cities as well. What do you say? What is your opinion? You can write in comments as well. Because of this accident and traffic jam on the freeway there, we almost missed our flight. The traffic jam caused by the accident that day costed us more than an hour, and we were the last passengers on the check-in counter of Qantas on that day. With only 15 minutes remaining to close the counter, we had no return tickets from New Zealand to Australia, so yeah, we had to do it immediately as well. Although we had return ticket from Australia to Europe, but they didn't accept that, so we had to search and book immediately while standing on the counter as we were the last passengers. So we searched and find something at a bit higher price, but we were able to book a return ticket from Auckland back to Australia. Although no one bothered to ask anything about the return ticket in Wellington when we reached there, but yes, the airlines have to check it as they will be fined if the passenger doesn't have any return ticket. So it was a small lesson to learn without any extra price or any additional fine. But these things happen when you travel, and especially to other continents, as every country has its own rules. The name of this bridge is West Gate Bridge. It offers amazing views of the port on the left hand side and of the city of Melbourne on the right hand side. There was no time to record anything at check-in counter, as I've already explained why. There's a small difference at Melbourne Airport that you have to give your luggage to check-in staff, which is not usually the case on other airports in Australia. I think it's a good thing because it's not for everyone, because still there are some people who are not up to date with the technology and have problems when traveling alone. So I think these things should remain in service. I also flew with Jetstar from Sydney and Brisbane airport, and there was no staff at check-in counter. There were just machines, even for luggage. One can say that Jetstar is a cheap airline, so yeah, they have to save the costs. But I also experienced that the Qatar Airways also had similar setup at Brisbane Airport. The gate number was 2 today for the flight of Qantas, and we were there immediately after passing through duty free area. There was still some time for plane spotting or anything else like shopping if someone wants to do, as check-in counters always close a bit earlier. The plane for our flight today was Boeing 737. This is not my favorite plane, but yeah, you cannot change it when you have to travel. Even the screens behind the seats had software issues that day, but the 737 is very famous for issues. But the check-in started punctual.
Hello, how are you, sir? Welcome on board. Thanks, Mr. Kelly. Welcome on board.
Yep.
Thank you. Hello.
The pushback started exactly at the planned departure time, but the plane windows were not in really a good condition, and the scratches on the glasses were visible, and the view was impaired, especially when facing the sunlight.
Hello, everyone. It is important you are familiar with the safety of this aircraft. So please watch the
which the crew will operate in an emergency. If you need to evacuate, leave all items behind. Slide, leaning forward with your
upright and your tray table is stowed. And unplug any headsets or cables attached to the seat in front. If you've missed anything, it's on your safety card, also in your seat pocket. And remember, your crew are here to help, so please follow their instructions at all times.
Wherever you're flying to today, and for whatever reason, we hope your trip is a safe one, and we hope you get to your magic place again really soon. Thank you for choosing to fly Qantas.
12 hours for a flight from Melbourne to Wellington shown on this infotainment screen was strange. I think these are Phillip and Churchill Islands, which I visited as well, but they look even more beautiful from an airplane. I'll upload my video of my visit to these islands later. The infotainment screen was not too responsive, but the internet provided on the flight was really fast and you could do everything on your phone. It made everything possible, whether live streaming on YouTube or any other website with films or movies. You could use the internet very well to spend the time. It was a 3-hour flight, but as I said, the screen surprised me with the time showing more than 12 hours to just New Zealand. This time is exactly the correct time to the destination, but somehow it disappeared again. After approximately an hour, it was lunchtime, and there were standard options with meat and a vegetarian menu as well. And drinks were also provided, but the food served was not the hot meal, it was a cold meal from refrigerator. I don't know whether they forgot or it's a standard like this on Australian routes or smaller routes on Australian Airlines. As I'm not from there, just write in comments if you know it. And again, the wrong time appeared on the screen, but leave it and just have a look on the material available on these infotainment screens. But as you can observe, it wasn't quite responsive, or you can say it was very slow. So I left it and I used my phone for the rest of my flight. But before that, I managed to record smaller clips to show you what's available and what to expect when traveling with them on this airplane. As we were approaching New Zealand, they showed information videos about food security when coming to the New Zealand. Best ways to declare everything.
As if our way of life depends on it, because it does. We will need your help. Fruits, vegetables, and eggs like these can't be brought into New Zealand. Nor can most meats, honey, cooking ingredients, herbs, and seeds or spices. Anything made of plants or wood can carry unwanted pests or diseases that could destroy our natural environment. Put any items you aren't sure about in the airport amnesty bin. Used outdoor equipment is a problem too. If in doubt, declare it for inspection on the New Zealand Traveller Declaration website or app, or on a paper arrival card. Or ask it by a security officer, like me. Because once you arrive, your bags may be extra.
So simply declare every food item which you are going to take with you. It is allowed to take commercial products like chocolates or something which is from a company and packed properly, but still just declare it to avoid any fine. Although they don't stop everyone, but still it's better to declare so that in case if they stop you, you have already declared it.
Cabin crew, prepare the cabin for landing.
Hello everyone, the captain has advised the cabin crew to prepare for landing. So please ensure luggages and your overhead lockers underneath the seat in front of you. Your seat is in the fully up.
These were the mountains of Southern Island in New Zealand, and they were totally different when compared to Australian territory, especially where I was. It was more greener here than in Australia. I can summarize by saying that New Zealand is the Switzerland of this continent. But it isn't as expensive as Switzerland. My comparison was only with those places in Australia where I was. I know Australia is a big country, it also has green regions. So here we crossed the southern island and again above the sea for a short period of time. A ferry ride to cross this sea takes 3.5 hours, and I've also uploaded a video from my trip. Not all, but many runways of airports in Australia and New Zealand are directly next to the sea, and the people say that it's the safest way to land a plane if something happens in case of emergency. It also makes the landing more scenic, as the Wellington is one of the most beautiful capitals. I think the flight can be summarized as a good one because it has some positive points like the safety record of Qantas is good and this flight was safe as well and smooth too. They offered food, which is also a good thing because there were multiple options available, but it wasn't good enough, I would say. Yeah, they need improvement. Drinks were served according to your choice as well. There were multiple options available, but the planes do require maintenance as software issue isn't a good thing. It can lead to other problems as well. Windows also need to be replaced or at least cleaned. These little things can improve the flight experience a lot more than it was right now. This transport system was too small to bring your bags back to you, so it took time till the bags were there. But remember that Wellington is not their biggest airport, as Auckland is their biggest one. Although the capital city is Wellington, but it's not the biggest city, I would say. And that's the reason the flights to Wellington are also expensive compared with Auckland. I'm also adding smaller clips of city of Wellington and its outskirts. The city isn't far away from airport. It's a small city built on mountains and facing the sea, which gives you amazing first impressions of this country and this city. The weather was great as well. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Till next time, just hit like and subscribe if you liked the video. See you later. Bye bye.